Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to WoW Live. I have been just shot by some kind of arrow, and now I'm being followed by a goblin with wings. Anyhoot, it's good to be back. I've really been falling in love with the monk as we've been leveling up, and although I am only level 20, I've definitely been enjoying it, and I love tanking as well. So make sure you continue to watch the videos before this one, otherwise you might get a bit confused, because I'm not going to repeat myself too much. Today I am in the mood to do a little bit more questing. This time we shall be going into Ashenvale. So what we're going to do is, oddly enough, you can't mount up around Khadgar, because that thing is still there. So we're going to mount up over here, and we're going to head for the Flight Master. Now, I believe we're actually going to have to make our way into... Actually, yeah, we're going to have to make our way into the Northern Barrens to do this, so we're going to have to run there. Well, mount there over there. So we have our mount now, which is great. And we are going to go over here. Before we leave, we're going to find a mailbox. Now, in big cities like this, they have mailboxes all over the place. So there should be one around here somewhere. There it is, right here. And it looks like our wool and our linen cloth was successful. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, odd gold. And then 60, nearly 70 gold. That was all of it, wasn't it? Yeah. So there we go. Just from being level 20 and collecting things and selling them on the auction house, we've made about 60 gold, which is honestly not that bad for a level 20. And as you see, as I've shown you in the past, I haven't done any kind of boosting. I haven't given myself any bags. As you can see, I'm still using all these old bags. I bought myself a herb pouch yesterday because it was actually yesterday. This is day 3 of leveling. And as I said, I've been falling more and more in love with the monks. So I'm happy to do a bit more leveling. I just found myself saying, you know, I want to level my monk. And if that means I have to talk for 2-3 hours straight, then I'm happy to do so because I love leveling this character. So that is what we shall be doing. I'm enjoying this greatly as we do this. So, as we head into the Northern Barrens, I was talking about the fact that I haven't boosted anything at all. The only thing I've kind of boosted is the fact that I have all these mounts, but that isn't something I can really do anything about because, well, you know, they're just mounts. They're account-wide. So that's all good. There is a random orc over there who has fallen asleep, as you do. So we shall head into the Northern Barrens. And like I said, 60 gold for a level 20 is a comfortable amount to be sitting at. That will handle... That has pretty much handled our epic mount at level 40. We might need a little bit more, but that will pretty much handle it. So that's great. And that's all just off of selling linen and wool that we've got as we've leveled up. So it's important to note that you don't actually sell that stuff to a vendor as you level up, because it can be really tempting to just be like sell, and you reach something like wool cloth and you just sell it, and you get, for 4, you gain like 1 silver, which is not nearly as good as selling it for 10 odd gold per 5. That's really not bad at all, because high levels who want to boost an alt are going to happily give you their gold for it. So we're just going to quickly grab this silver leaf as we head over here, and I would roll before mounting up, but if the movement bonus that I gain from my talent momentum here does not stack with... Did I actually loot that? I didn't. Interesting. Auto loot is on. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, I'll just roll over here. But this movement speed doesn't stack with a mount. So, again, I'm just going a bit too fast. There we go. Okay. Maybe I had a little bit of lag there. That's actually to be expected. Hopefully I won't drop any frames, as in lag, while I do this, because I'm actually currently exporting a few other videos. The Enhancement Shaman Guide is all done, and it's out, and people seem to like that. I'm currently writing, well, not right now, over the next few days I will be writing the script for the Restoration Shaman Guide. I have to get a bit more footage for that. Get invited to a random guild. It's a social raiding guild. Make sure, by the way, when you get invited by this kind of thing, you say, thank you very much, but no thanks. Just make sure you reply and say, you know, thank you, but no thank you, because people that do this kind of thing, most people just either don't respond or say something mean. Don't be that person. Just, like, be like, yeah, sure, that's okay. It's fine. You want people in your guild, that's just fine, but no thank you. So, we'll head down here and continue on our way. Our text font is very big. It's gone up to 18 again. Well, that's a bit weird. We shall actually, let's aggro a few of these, see if they are melee. So, we'll actually grab a few of these guys. And there's a rare over here as well. We'll provoke him. I have to remember how to play this bloody class now. Alright, so we'll cake smash, roll away. Oh, actually just get thrown back there. Hit them with some dizzying haze. It's very orange over here. Hit them with my my breath. Use another cake smash. And then finish you off with a blackout cake. And there we go. Leveling up nice and easily there to level 21. So that's all good. We shall continue to round these guys up as we go along. And just make sure we get some extra experience. Grab the 2 of you, and then grab you. Thankfully, these guys are all melee, so they are perfect for doing this. And our cake smash hits really hard. It's also a bit loud at the moment, but we'll see about what we can do about that in just a bit. So last Cake Smash to come in. Breathe on you folks to kill you, and then a jab will sort you out. Now, we would be getting more experience right now if we used our Zen Pilgrimage and went to Pandaria, finished our daily quest, and then got Enlightenment. Oh, we actually still have Enlightenment. Oh, it didn't go away over the day that I've been logged off. So that's good. So we actually are gaining bonus experience from killing these guys, which is awesome. Although that was a little bit loud, so at least on my side it was. So I'm just going to turn this all down a little bit. I had it all turned up for Blackrock Foundry, which released today. Well, it's today for the EU, yesterday for the US. I did a normal mode raid, which actually went pretty well. I had a little bit higher expectations than was really acceptable for my raid team, because I'm not in a raid team that's super serious. We don't do a lot of heroic raiding or mythic raiding. We don't have the team for mythic raiding. We'll get there eventually, though, probably, as I gather more herbs. Always make sure you're gathering herbs, because that's experience and it's stuff for the profession, so that's all great. But yeah, we're not a massive raiding guild that focuses a lot on this kind of thing. We'll get there, and when we get there, we'll be really happy. But I need to be a bit more careful about that. This is definitely something that has been hampering the release of some of the videos of WoW Live, because I know that a lot of you people like to watch... Did I not loot that? Again? Ah, bugger it. I'm going too fast, that's my problem. And I'm lagging because of the exporting to the video. So it's always a good idea to keep an eye on what you're doing. Make sure you don't overdo it. And of course, I make mistakes. Of course I do. Speaking of mistakes, I didn't record yesterday's raid because I wanted to focus on it, and I was underperforming a little bit, which frustrated me to no end. And it's very interesting, the raids that I've been doing. I find myself very easily frustrated by myself more than anything else, because unfortunately the Elemental Shaman, which I am maining right now because we have very few ranged in the team, I'm maining the Elemental Shaman for it. We don't need to do this quest. I believe it's a Baron's quest. Let me just double check. Go over here. Yeah, Burning Blade, Southwest, that's over there. That's a different quest. We don't want that. We want to head to Ashenvale. So yeah, I've been doing that, and I've been a little bit underperforming compared to what I want to do, and it's been frustrating me a little bit. Kind of why I'm leveling up this monk, because I'd like to have the hybrid utility of being able to do any role, and monks are pretty strong at the moment, and I did play a level 90 monk in the past, and it was just so much fun. I heard that it slowed down a little bit. I don't really mind that at all, so that's all good. So we shall be heading into the Morshan Ramparts to begin our questing experience in Ashenvale, and somehow, someway, I was able to talk all the way from Orgrimmar to the edge of Ashenvale. So it looks like there's another dude around here who just dinged level 21. He's doing the same quest we are, but he's just ahead of us because he just came back. But we are level 21 because, again, we are killing things on our way. We are getting the extra experience. And, of course, Enlightenment, the buff that we have, is significantly helping. All right, so quests at the moment are to kill some Night Elves, find an Orc, rescue these fallen Morshan dudes. There we go. And then also pick up some arrows. So unfortunately, a lot of these guys are ranged, which is a little bit annoying. But we can probably aggro. Come over here. We can aggro these guys charging the front gates, which should be good. And then we can go over here to this bowman. So we will jab, get the Tiger Palm buff going. A little bit of lag. Cake Smash, Breath of Fire, and then finish you off with the Tiger Palm. Nice and simple. It's actually quite cool to kill these Night Elves with their new animations. The new animation model from Blizzard are quite amazing, I have to say. So we'll just blackout kick you and then finish you off with a Cake Smash. We're hitting really hard right now. These guys are only one level below us, so we're still getting lots of experience from them. So it's all good. And we'll roll it over here. And then as we Cake Smash you, we'll taunt you. And thankfully these guys do a leaping cleave when they attack you, which means that they... I'll give you an example. Even though I slow that guy as I throw that, he'll jump straight to me. Like that. And then I can hit him with a Cake Smash to ruin his day. So that's really good. Taking a little bit of damage here, so we're just going to use a Surging Mist to top ourselves up. And then we will continue to use this. I think pretty soon we'll start applying some add-ons to our experience, but for now I think we should be good. We should be all fine. We've got plenty of room in terms of keybinds and everything, so I'm not worried about that. The main thing that I miss, actually, is an add-on called OP, or OPI. And it, I call it OP, which is apparently incorrect, but it lets you create these little wedges around your mouse with certain key presses that basically just acts as another action bar, which allows you to put a lot of abilities that you don't use a lot, like, for instance, things like pets, mounts, abilities that you don't use, flasks, items, and more importantly, it has a built-in functionality with quest items. So, for instance, I could just press Alt-Q, and it would allow me to bring up a radial menu of quest items, which is good because that means that, for instance, let me find a Morshand Bowman. It looks like they're not all here. That's annoying. Oh well. So we'll grab you and then you. Again, we've killed all that we need to, but they're in the way, so that means we get to get the experience of killing them, and just making sure we're not pulling too hard because we are taking a little bit of damage here, but that's fine. But yeah, where is it? Here he is. But yeah, instead of having to go up here and click on it, I would instead just press a button and it would appear right around my mouse, and then I'd move the mouse very slightly, and that would be all good. So we're just going to go up here. There's, I think it's some earth root, some kind of herb over here that we can use. So that's definitely good. We'll finish it with a blackout kick, and then head up here. It looks like it's more Briarthorn. That's good. That's fine. Because we're on 49% here. We use this, and then we're on 50%. I mean, that's not bad. That's only 100 herbs to get a whole level, and they're really quite easy to get because they're all over the place. So that's all good. So we'll head back over here. So we've done the final report. We might have gone a bit ahead of ourselves. It would have been a bit better to aggro some of these guys and finish some of our quests before we went to Gorat, but that's fine. We'll cake smash here, and then blackout kick to finish you off. And before we aggro this next guy, we get some, I believe that's cloth. Yeah, that's cloth. So we'll just throw in a Surging Mist to help keep ourselves healed up, so that's all good. Want to keep an eye on our energy, don't want to overuse it on jabs, because cake smash basically demands to be used on cooldown because it's so strong. So we will heal you up. That heals you up for 4 or 5. And then we'll head back this way as we slowly make our way back to the quest givers. And we'll go over here, collect a few more arrows. And it looks like there's an arrow right in front of a wounded guy over there. That's the kind of thing you want to do. You want to find areas where your quest items and your quest objectives are very close together. So we can heal this guy up, which will finish the quest for us. We will have all 5 sorted, so that's good. Now we need to find for ourselves some arrows. So we'll mount up here. It's an interesting distinction, figuring out whether you want to mount up or just like roll around or use whatever movement speed abilities you have, which one is faster. Generally, I find if you're moving more than 60 yards, then mounting up is a good idea, especially once you get your epic mount. If you get your epic mount, you're all good to just mount up whenever you need to do anything more than about 40 or 50 yards. With the slower mount, it's a little bit more questionable, so we'll just cake smash you as you come over here. Ha! Killed you in midair. That was pretty cool. So that's 9 out of 10. I see the last one is over there. So what we'll do is we'll do a bit of mass pulling before we finish off here. So we'll throw keg at you, roll away from their leaping charge, which they will inevitably be doing. And then we'll throw a keg at you. That will probably miss. Okay, there we go. All right, so we will hit over here, wait for them all to come to us. That guy should jump in, so that's good. We'll then keg smash, breath of fire, and then breath of fire again, and then a tiger palm. So that's all good. We only lost about 40% health doing that. And then we can heal up, roll over to this serviceable arrow, grab it, and then make our way back. So that's all good. One important note is our enlightenment, which is actually helping us significantly right now. It's experience gained from enemies and quests increased by 50%, which is pretty significant. We need to make sure we keep that buff on us as much as we can. So we'll just actually aggro you because the guards haven't aggroed on you, which means that we get experience from killing you. This guy has aggroed onto the guards, so we may not actually get experience. You see, we can't loot him, we didn't get experience. So it's important to note that we only fight things that really we'll know we'll get most of the damage onto, because that means that they won't be like basically stolen by NPCs. So we need to go and hand in these next couple of quests to Dinah. And then let's see what we get here. Nothing too good, and that has intellect on it, although it does have more stamina, so that might actually be good, because more stamina means more health. And we now get a new ability as we ding. So we'll put on our Half Moon gloves and head back out. So let's see what we got. We got Touch of Death. This instantly kills a creature with less health than my maximum health. Can also be used on tough targets when they are below 10% health, dealing damage equal to the monk's maximum health on them. So this is our execute ability. This thing is insanely strong. Let's see. So I've got 1,500 health. These Ashenvale dudes, although it seems like there's not any of them around here. Oh, I actually missed a serviceable arrow there. Did I not loot it again? That's okay. That's okay. That's all fine. This one doesn't start a quest chain, so that's all fine. So we'll go in here, use the blood. So this guy has 500 health. I could easily kill her with chi. So that's actually interesting. So we will put this on... What should we put this on? Shift T, I believe. That's what we'll put it on. So at the moment, Gorat's just going to do a little bit of a roleplay. As he does that, we're going to gather some chi for use on the big boss. So we'll Cake Smash you to put us up to 2 chi. Now, chi will actually start to degenerate when you're out of combat, which I believe that's the case anyway. So we'll actually want to keep an eye on our chi, and we'll just quickly Cake Smash this other Forest Moth to get ourselves up to 4 chi. So this guy's going to walk here really damn slowly. We don't want to go too far out of range, because if we do, then we might actually end up losing the quest and failing it, because sometimes if you go too far away from a mob, it will fail the quest. And unfortunately, it doesn't give you any kind of warning when it does this. So you just want to stick within about 100 yards. And 100 yards is a bit dangerous, so you want to stick around 100 yards to enemies. So it looks like we are currently running out of chi, and we need to find an NPC to use some chi on. Well, we don't want to go too far, because we don't want to lose the spirit of Gorat, who's over here. Unfortunately, this area is very quiet. Is there any enemies under the water? Doesn't look like there is, although there's a lot of fish in here. I can't Cake Smash them. Alright, so it looks like we're going to run out of chi. I underestimated the time it would take for Gorat to get his butt over here. So, we will wait, and we will wait for him to do his silly thing. It doesn't really matter. I mean, the captain probably won't be too difficult. I mean, we can just Cake Smash, jab, and then Touch of Death. That will probably do it. If he even has... You know, if he's even still alive by that point. So, he's going to fire the arrow. It will reveal the elf dude. I think it's called, like, Captain Alendiel or something like that. Yep, Captain Alendiad. He only has 600 health. We could easily Touch of Death him if we had the chi for it. So, we will hit him with that. Hit him with that. Touch of Death. Well, bam! That pretty much instantly kills anything that you can use it on. Has a lengthy cooldown, 2-minute cooldown. As you can imagine, I mean, it's insanely powerful. So we'll want to make sure that we use it as much as we possibly can, because, I mean, it's just a really great ability. So, once again, just going to roll my way forwards here, making sure we are constantly keeping ourselves busy, keeping ourselves in combat. Going to Blackout Kick you as you charge me, get a couple more jabs in, Blackout Kick you again, Cake Smash to finish you off. That's the kind of thing I'm doing at the moment. I'm kind of a bit all over the place in terms of my abilities, but it's not too much of a big deal. What we want to do is we want to avoid aggroing this guy before we go over here, because then he can jump to us, and then we can... Oh, I used my Breath of Fire a bit too early there. That's fine, though. We could just use it again. But, yeah, one note with that Breath of Fire is it only applies the dot when we use it on enemies that are affected by Dizzying Haze. Now, that's either by using the Dizzying Haze ability or using Cake Smash. And Cake Smash is a really great ability to use it with, because it also generates 2 chi, which means that it's the perfect amount to use with this. So it looks like we've got a little, might have overpulled a little bit, so we'll just back off a bit, use a Surging Mist to heal ourselves up, wait for the cooldown of Cake Smash, and then happily do that. So we shall head back now to the Moorshine Ramparts as a level 22 at about 45% health. That's all fine, so we'll head back over to Trun over here, give you the arrows, and then hand into Kadrak. It's a pretty good thing that we were still able to finish that quest. So we will talk to Kadrak to get the keys, so to speak, to Brutusk. Before we leave, we'll throw in a Surging Mist. Looks like we can't right-click on this guy. Now, this is frustrating. This quest has been bugged for a very long time. So, unfortunately, this might actually just signal the end of this quest chain. Because sometimes it just doesn't work. Okay, there we go. So, it looks like we can mount him. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. So, we have the reins. And then, there we go. Okay. So, if you ever see a quest like that bug out, and the bug we had was that we couldn't right-click on him to jump onto him to finish the quest, then if that ever happens, just most of the time you can sort it out by abandoning the quest and then handing it in again. Now, one interesting thing to note is that sometimes, as this quest bugs out even more, this quest is so buggy, it has been for so long, but yeah, one note is that sometimes the vehicle only helps you complete the quest, and sometimes you need to be in the vehicle to complete the quest. So, for instance, here, I have to hand in this quest to someone at this camp over here, but to actually be able to hand it in, I have to enter the vehicle. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hand it in. Because if it was bugged and I didn't have to jump onto the vehicle, then I could just happily just run over to her on my mount. So now we have to help these peons. We have to talk to them and ask them to chop wood while we protect them from elves. So while we do that, we're going to make sure we're trying to stay constantly in combat. There is a spider over there that we can aggro. And we will Cake Smash you. Get some chi up, actually. Let's not spend this chi. I'm just going to roll this way. Wait for you to come over here. We'll use a Tiger Palm, and then another Cake Smash. Keep our chi nice and high. This guy is going the most roundabout route possible Where are you going? There is wood bloody everywhere. Okay, there we go. And you can do the same. Thankfully, he led us over to another one. Watch out for any elves. Normally, they spawn around here in the back. Sometimes they don't, though, so that's all good. So we get wood from here. Watch out for any elves. Just... Oh, goodness me. I wasn't expecting a spider to come out of that. I have a problem with spiders. I do not like them. So, yeah, that went just fine. Was not expecting a spider there at all. I was actually just using my Dizzying Haze to see if it would aggro an elf. So, you go and do your thing. I will just kill this alpha, happily. And it looks like we're on 2 chi instead of 3, which is an annoyance, to say the least. We'll actually go over here and jab you to get 3 energy. Aha! And here is the elf. Well, Pam! Instant death. There we go. That's the kind of thing I wanted to talk about. And we actually got experience from that, though we didn't get loot. I wonder if that instant kill mechanic prevents us from getting loot, or if those enemies just don't give us loot. That's something you have to consider. So if one of them spawns again, then we will kill them without using Touch of Death, most likely because Touch of Death is on cooldown. And if they still don't drop loot, then we will have learned something about the class, that Touch of Deathing something without using any other kind of attack prevents us from getting loot. So we'll need to keep that in mind. Talk to you as we fight this guy. Finish you off with a jab. And then keep an eye on these two. It's important to note that these elves are a little bit frustrating. Sometimes they don't obey aggro law. In terms that I'll attack them and they'll still run for the peon. And these peons have very, very small health pools. So unfortunately it can be a bit dangerous. You have to kill them either very quickly or stun them. Which we can do. We can kill them quickly. Although it looks like we'll never find out about that Touch of Death thing. We'll have to wait and see and try it on an enemy that we know gives us loot. So we can see if it actually ends up denying the loot if we use it. So we will hand back into Gorka over here. And then we get nothing we can use so far. So we'll give the one that gives us the most amount of money. And then we have to go and collect some oil from the rotting slime here. Now this is a good opportunity to do a bit of mass pulling. So we'll aggro here and here. We still don't have any kind of interrupt ability for these Severed Druids with their Wrath ability, so we're just gonna have to live with it for now. So we'll wait a little bit, get another Cake Smash going. Oh, now sometimes these rotting slimes, they will drop. Oh, there's a quest dude over here. So sometimes these rotting slimes will drop these little chests that give you a little bit of extra loot, and sometimes it's very helpful. Oh, the inventory's full. So it seems really weird to see that inventory not full, but actually be full. So we will grab Sharp Talon's Claw and loot what we can from here. And then finish you off with a Touch of Death nice and quickly. I want to use that on cooldown. And we shall see about removing a couple of these things from our inventory, like this canvas vest. Okay, so we'll happily kill you. I believe back in Mr. Pandaria, this breath of mine actually used to disorient enemies that were affected by my Dizzying Haze. But no more. Such is the case. So we'll head over here. We'll use our Berserking in tandem with a Breath and a Cake Smash to absolutely ruin these guys' day. And then we'll throw out a quick heal. And we'll head in this direction. Want to make sure we're always pulling more than one at once. Although these Severed Keepers we want to be a bit careful with. And actually, these guys have a Rotting Slime debuff, which I believe is just negative in some way. It like reduces our armor. Also, oh, hello. Okay, you want to fight me again? Yeah, you want to fight, Copper? Yeah. Okay, we can do that. I have no idea what that was. Please don't judge me. So we'll just finish off with a Cake Smash. Nice and easy. That was interesting. But, yeah. I actually want to check these Severed Keepers, see if they have a Wrath ability. Looks like they don't. So the Severed Keepers are... oh, they have a Starfire. That's even worse. Hits even harder. Oh, well. So we will heal ourselves again with a quick Surging Mist. So let's see what else we can get rid of. We will get rid of these watermelons and these large slimy bones. We will aggro this Severed Keeper. Hopefully the movement speed will allow him to reach us before he Starfires. Apparently not. That's annoying. Nothing we can do about that. We still don't have any kind of... any kind of damage mitigation ability, which is a bit frustrating, but it's all fine. So let's actually test out our theory now. Also, those Rotting Slime ability that they cast, you can outrange it. So let's hit you. Oh, we still get loot, so maybe it was just those particular bad guys, those particular elves that don't allow us to get loot. So we'll see if we can kill you. There we go. So just moving away quickly so that we can avoid that diseased slime, because I believe it's like a dot of some kind that's damage over time, and we don't want that. We just want to keep things nice and mobile. Want to make sure we have plenty of health. So we will loot some more herbs here, and we'll actually we'll use this healing potion. We don't need it pretty significantly right now, and we'll probably make some more before we do anything serious. So we'll... Oh, there we go. We're doing level 23 with a keg smash. We need only one more piece of natural oil, so we should be all good. I can't wait to get an interrupt ability to use on these casters that we're facing. So we'll continue to hit him, and we'll start making our way back. Actually, that's probably not a good idea. They probably haven't respawned yet, so we'll aggro you, and then move towards this keeper, because the keeper has the stupid starfire ability that we should be able to interrupt just by killing him. And then we'll blackout kick you, and then move away for this diseased slime. Oh, look, we actually just got hit by that one because we weren't quite fast enough. So you see this time between attacks increased by 54%. Movement speed reduced by 25%. It's just a nightmare more than anything else. We don't want it. So we'll just loot these, because they have a little bit of gold in them normally. Well, copper, and sometimes they have interesting things in them. So we will then mount up and make our way back to the quest area. So now we have 2 normal healing potions, which we'll actually put down here. And then we'll delete these other... Actually, no, we're not going to delete these, because I think we use these to upgrade to other different healing potions, so we won't delete them. We'll delete some of these greys, though, that we don't need. And we'll position ourselves to head this way. And a squishy chunk. We don't need that. Oh, got aggro by an Ashenvale outrunner here. Again, making sure I get off my mount and fight them. Because even though we don't kill them particularly fast, 1, it's good for the experience. And 2, there was actually a chest over there. So hopefully we can avoid Sharp Talon's massive aggro rate. Oh, no, we can't. Okay. Never mind. We'll just finish you off with a touch of death. Actually, we don't need to do that. We can just blackout kick you. So we've got our touch of death available for when we want to use it. So we'll actually just go over here and use it. So we'll keg smash you, and then touch of death you. Nice and easy. So just making sure we are trying to keep ourselves in combat as much as we can. Let's head back this way. And what else? We can delete this chipped claw for 4 copper. These Tel Bean bananas for a small amount of gold. The Snapvine watermelon for similarly small amounts of copper. Hand into you, and then talk to you. I'm ready. Let's go. And we'll delete things in our inventory while we wait for her to get off her butt and make this quest work. Now, hopefully, this quest is not bugged, because everything involving this guy, Brutusk, is bugged in some way. The Ashenvale questline is unfortunately one of the most difficult ones to finish in terms of bugs. Oh, it looks like we got on, so we'll wait for this to happen. And while we head to the Morshan Ramparts, I will take a drink, and we will speed this up.